Thanks, Ian. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 2014 season launch, and what a venue, what a place to have it at. When I accepted the great honour of joining the board and then president of this great club some 6 months ago, I could barely imagine what we would have covered in that time from then until now. People ask me, and people still ask me, why I chose Melbourne Football Club when I moved here 5 years ago. It's pretty straightforward. If you live in Melbourne, I think it's unacceptable to have an interstate club as your team. You have to have a Melbourne team. Great history with the MCC going back to 1858. This venue being our home ground. What a great venue. Great colours, great song, responsible for creating the rules of the game. And as I've said, great history going back to the 30s and through to the 60s, and it's great to see so many of those past champions here. 12 flags, legends like Norm Smith, Ron Barassi Jr, Stuart Spencer, great to see his wife Faye here, John Beckwith, Jack Mueller, the great Checker Hughes and many others. Then modern day legends like Robbie Flower, Gary Lyon, David Neitz. And what struck me though was the opportunity that Melbourne somehow had become underdogs, and it was time to create a new chapter. And I thought, what a great adventure to actually be part of a club, to go on a journey with such a club. I met some great Melbourne people through a friend. The rest is history, and I became hooked on the Melbourne Football Club. We start this season with a new senior coach, new president, fairly new CEO, some new players, new sponsors, some new staff, new assistant coaches, and pleasingly over 3,500 new members to date. And a wonderful new major sponsor in the Automotive Holdings Group, AHG, the biggest automotive company in the country, top 200 ASX company. It's a great pleasure to take a moment to welcome the Managing Director Bronte Howson and his son Blair, and to thank Bronte on behalf of the board, the club, everyone for backing us, for showing great faith in the Melbourne Football Club. We really look forward to a great partnership, growing together, and hopefully a partnership that we'll share for many years to come. A little plug, if you haven't done so yet, get on the online, have a look at the website. If you're looking for any vehicle, they'll be happy to help you, and we all win. I'd also like to take a moment to welcome our newest partner, Platinum Plus sponsor, China Southern Airlines, and representatives including General Manager of the Melbourne office, Adam Jung, and his guests. You may know that China Southern Airlines is the 4th largest airline in the world, and we look forward to as well sharing their future and growth in Australia. So welcome, and thanks for supporting us. And the signing of China Southern Airlines has rounded out our partnership portfolio. It's in the best shape, I think, for a long time, both in terms of the number of partners and the quality of the organisations that we're partnering. Along with AHG and China Southern, we have Hertz, New Balance, New Age Caravans, and through the NT Government, Tourism NT, as well as many other wonderful partners who have stuck with us for some time. So look, thank you all for your support of our club. I'd also like to thank and acknowledge a couple of groups. We've got a number of support groups within the club, and Ian covered them, but the Foundation Heroes, Jim Steins had a vision to grow that group to 1,000 members. We've just cracked the 500 mark, and we're still building that group of Foundation Heroes. And of course, our Demon Army, who, thanks very much, everywhere they travel. A number of them travel the country. Recently in Alice Springs, went and caught up with them at half-time behind the goals, and whether it's Alice or Darwin or Perth or home games, they're there behind the goals. And if you've got a little bit of demon in you, a lot of demon in you, join up on the Demon Army. It's a great group of people. I spoke about the long history and relationship with the MCC going back to 1858, and on that note, I'd like to welcome MCC President Paul Sheehan, other members of the committee and your respective partners. I know that all Melbourne supporters, and I think supporters of the AFL, were delighted to hear Paul make the announcement earlier this year that the next statue outside the MCG would be of the great Jim Stynes. And for the first time, 2014, we'll be carrying the MCC logo on the plain jumpers, the back of the jumper, and we really want to thank the MCC, the committee, staff, for your fantastic support of our club. Thanks, Paul. As well as welcoming you who have joined us for the first time this evening, and a fantastic event to sell out this event, I'd also like to acknowledge right across the club, all of you who have stuck with the club, showed tremendous resilience and support in sticking with the club. I'd like to congratulate all players, and particularly those new players, on joining the club and being presented with their new club jumper, and I know they'll wear it with pride, and also to their families. Welcome to the Melbourne Football Club family. Congratulations to the leadership group, and particularly our co-captains in Jack Grimes and Nathan Jones on their appointments. As I mentioned earlier, it's been quite the off-season for our club. Even the AFL have developed a poster as part of their Everything's Possible campaign for Melbourne, with of course a picture of Roosie and a quote, "A lot can happen over the summer." It's not a truer statement. Reflecting, we were faced across the club with a number of challenges. We made some tough decisions. We will continue to take that path, focused on becoming better and better right across the club in everything we do on and off the field. We had to choose a path of change, and there have been significant changes from the board level to management, right across the operations in terms of a restructure, footy department, new coaching group. We're very confident in the path that we've chosen. We know there'll be some wins along the way, but we know it's a rocky road when you're climbing the mountain. And we know that resilience, and whenever there is that challenge, getting back up and taking those challenges head on is what we'll do. We're working very hard on the culture of our club, starting with Roosie and on the playing group, and also right across the club, building our resilience and courage right across the club. As we talk about words like resilience and courage, I'd like to take a moment to pay tribute to Dean Bailey. Obviously a very sad day for the AFL community and for Dean's family. The tributes that have flowed for Dean this week from the players and staff who knew him have described a man of passion, dedication and care. Dean, I would think, would be very proud of the young men at our club who he clearly helped mould into the fine characters they have become. And I truly hope his family can look at their careers evolve and feel pride knowing the important role Dean played in their development as players, but most importantly, as men. Dean was not just their coach, mentor and friend, he was also a foundation hero. Our heartfelt sympathies are with Dean's family at this time, and we remember Dean for the service he gave to our club, and I know the players and staff who knew him will always consider him a very fine mentor and friend. Now, as we look ahead to the year ahead, I can say that in my first year in official capacity, The off-season has felt like an eternity. And I can't wait for the season to start. I can't wait to see the results of the incredible hard work that's gone in on and off the field, from the coaching group, playing group, right through to the membership team, being put into action. You'll hear more detail about the business and football of our club through our two key leaders in a moment, through Peter Jackson, our CEO, and through Ruzi. But as President, I'm most excited about the start of a chapter, the start of a journey, about the work we're putting into in terms of the foundations we've created, but in terms of the development and work on culture that we are really building. I say, bring on the footy in a world where we hope every heart beats true, and as the AFL have highlighted, everything is possible. Thanks very much.